Hello, I'm Todd Lamoran. Tonight on APTN Investigates, we take a look at Edmonton Youth Court worker Mark Charrington. I came across his Twitter feed over 2 years ago. It had some shocking stuff on it about young Aboriginal women as victims of violence. He spends his time helping mostly female clients. I wondered how above board this all was. So before shooting this story, I spent a half day riding around Edmonton with him and found he's genuinely committed to bringing the problems of what he calls little shadows out into the open. A warning, there is some swearing and a few graphic images in this story, one that begins with where he spends most of his days, in a gray SUV.
Where did he get stabbed?
Like busting in the arm.
Just text me your address and I'm just taking a baby to the hospital, then I'll swing by and grab you. We don't talk about them. We don't listen to them. We don't see them. We don't hear them. They're ghosts. They're little ghosts. I've been trying to change that. I wasn't prepared for just the level of victimization towards First Nations girls. I came into this field thinking, okay, I'm going to help reintegrate and rehabilitate bad people. These little criminals were all victims of horrific violence, poverty. Holy shit, you guys are tough. You get all dabbed up? Yeah. Okay. Hop in, guys. I'll take you to the hospital.
For 200 years, our people have had to take the position of being the demons, the killers, and taught to our own children that that's who our people were.
June 19th, 1816, a group led by Cuthbert Grant encountered Governor Robert Semple and his Hudson Bay Company men near this monument now surrounded by the city of Winnipeg. Shots were fired, and 21 of Semple's men lay dead.
Whether it was a massacre or not depends on who's writing the history books. And what we actually are beginning to call, and was called by us 200 years ago, the victory at Frog Plain.
So this is the Red River Jig.
Today's ribbon cutting unveiled a series of panels. They depict the history of the battle and an important legacy.
Not only was this the founding of the Métis Nation, it illustrates some of the trouble that we face even today.
As well, the Infinity flag was flown into battle for the first time.
Hugely symbolic for us to say that we flew our flag, that we are a people, and that obviously the Infinity symbolizing coming together as the Métis people forever.
Métis leaders used Seven Oaks to depict a continuing struggle as the issue of land claims comes to the forefront.
They will forcefully assert our rights, and I believe eventually, with the sacrifices that have been made throughout our history, that we will prevail. Vive la nation Métis!
For APTN National News, I'm Todd Lamoran in Winnipeg. Hello, I'm Todd Lamoran, and tonight we begin a new season of APTN Investigates. In our premiere episode, Melissa Ridgen has Then the Mercury Hit. Grassy Narrows is a community in northwestern Ontario. Decades of exposure to mercury has sickened hundreds of community members. Researchers say it is still present in the environment. It has disrupted a way of life dependent on eating fish. The fund that was used to compensate victims has run dry. Once again, politicians have promised to do something about it. But that's too late for one elder. His body has been crippled by mercury poisoning, and he no longer has the strength to fight on behalf of others sickened by the toxic substance. We'll have the full story tonight at 6:30 Eastern and Mountain. I'll see you then.
So all during the week, I knew I was going to die. And I felt at peace. I felt calm. I felt confident. I can't wait for Monday. And I'd be smiling and thinking about it. Like it's really going to happen. I'm finally going to do it.
Corporal Esther Wolke prepares for another day in the Canadian Forces. It's about an hour drive from her home in Wawanesa, Manitoba to the base at Shiloh. Sometimes she dreads the drive. What goes through your mind when you know you're heading out to the base for the day?
Am I going to make it through the day? Am I going to have to avoid seeing people, making eye contact? That's how it's been recently.
Esther takes a walk with me on a bridge near her home.
It's a good time for geese hunt. I can definitely call geese and they would come down.
About 6 months ago, her sister reached out to me to tell Esther's story.
I've been scorned so hard from the military that I don't think I deserve to live. Keep yourself out of shit.
And over a series of interviews, she unfolded her tragic account of her life in the military. It wasn't supposed to be this way.
It was really awesome once we started to go out in the field and actually work with the howitzers. Everybody just loved it. We kind of got the feeling that we're part of something big, and our lives are just beginning. It was pretty awesome at the start.